Hello world, it's Lee Kelson coming to you live again at Start Me Up Hong Kong Festival 2019, coming towards the end of what's been a fantastic day too, and I'm here with Carmen Chan. Carmen, thank you for joining us on Beach City.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. Now, you were speaking here, we just came off stage.
Yes.
And what was the main point of your talk today?
So I talk about how technology is going to change our lifestyle, and I mentioned about the new retail business model and also some of other business model that we observed in the last 1 year.
And the new retail business model, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think this is one of the most exciting business model that we have observed in the last 1 year. So new retail is actually rethink the whole process of retail, because retail has been, the process of the retail has been many years, decades of years, and now there's some startup try to rethink the whole process using new technology. For example, there's one coffee shop startup, so they try to disrupt the Starbucks vertical by opening shop much faster. So within 7 months, they opened more than 800 shops across 13 cities in China alone.
Wow.
And the reason why they can do that, one of the reasons I think, is because they are using a totally new way of process to run the shop. For example, they don't have cashier. So when you go to the shop, no matter whether you want to dine in or take away, you order through a mobile app.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why they can open shop so fast, because everything can be automated. When you don't have cashier, when you don't have human to do the ordering, everything is centralized in a mobile app. So all the inventory management, all the logistic can be automated by the program. And that's why they only need to hire some of the people to make the coffee within the shop, and that's all.
So they can't automate the coffee making yet? Or maybe soon.
Yeah, maybe soon, because we already see there's a lot of robot chef coming, including the coffee making machine.
Right.
Yeah, so that could be the next step. Like Uber, at the moment, you order a Uber with a driver coming, right? But in the future, it will be autonomous car, maybe.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It raises a really interesting point. It's a lot of conversation that I have with people, is that we're automating all of these things. Robotics are coming in. What happens to the labour force? What do you think the future for jobs is going to be, and how's that going to be impacted? Is it just the different sorts of jobs, do you think, that will happen, or will people be just out of work?
So actually, there's a lot of discussion around the job topic, because some of the industry experts, they predict the robot may take away some of the jobs in a very fast way. Like in China, there's a lot of factory, they no longer have human. I mean, like before, they have 1,000 human working within a factory, but nowadays they just need less than 20 people within a factory. And so, when these robots, like the robot chef I mentioned, when these robots come out, it can take away a lot of jobs within a very short period of time. So some people predict that there's going to be not enough job. And that's why there is topic around the universal basic income, this kind of discussion, to provide a minimum income so that people can survive, and they can try to find something to do along the way during the transition period. And some of the countries like Finland, they already test run the universal basic income concept, and they test run it in around 100 selected people already.
Yeah, and I've read a lot about that. And so what's your view on that? I mean, do you think that's a viable proposition?
So my view, actually, I think people are pretty flexible. So there may be a group of people being affected, but some other people will find new way to survive. For example, like servicing industry, something that need the presence of a human to serve. Like coffee shop, maybe the human won't be the cashier, they won't be the person making the coffee, but they can serve other purpose within a coffee shop. So I think people can find a way. Yeah.
And so on Click Ventures is your founding partner of Click Ventures. That's right.
Yeah.
And
I'm the founder.
You're the founder of Click Ventures, and you made some interesting investments over the last 5 or so years, I guess. How long have you been going for?
I think more than 5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
One of those investments was Spotify.
Yeah.
And so what was it about Spotify? Did you see that opportunity that music streaming was going to become mainstream?
So the reason I love Spotify's business model is, before Spotify, we can only buy music by downloading, right? So at that moment, we have the iTunes that you can buy individual song and then you download the song to your own device. But with the new streaming technology at that time, Spotify create a new kind of business model that you just need to have access to the music. You don't need to own the music.
Yes.
So in this way, they provide a subscription service that you can access to the whole library of music and you listen whatever you like. So we like this kind of new business model that enabled by a new technology. Yeah. And that's why we invested.
Yeah, well, I'm a musician myself, and I have a lot of friends that are professional musicians, and some of them talk about, how do they get paid through that model? That's a challenge, isn't it? And particularly with publishing rights. How do you see that being a matter of working through that over the next few years and overcoming that?
Actually, if we take Spotify as an example, Spotify actually, they didn't take a lot of cut in terms of the commission. They distribute most of the income, the subscription revenue, more than 70% of the subscription revenue to the record owners.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there's a lot of middlemen in between. So after distributing all revenue to the middleman, and the part that for the music creator may be less than what you want, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why there's some new technology coming out, like the blockchain technology, try to reduce the middleman in between, so that the end user and the creator can get connected and do transaction directly. So this is one of the new trends around the blockchain technology.
I think the disintermediation of education and media and these types of things is happening exactly that. Removing that middleman, disintermediation, that's going to be disruptive in the future, right?
Yeah. But not all vertical. I think in some vertical we still need the middleman, but the middleman may play a different role. So they will be, reinvent by themselves. So they change their role, they provide different service. So in some vertical we still have middlemen, but in some other vertical the middleman may be totally replaced. Yeah.
And so for people that are looking for investment, you're still actively investing in new companies? Is there particular companies that you are looking for?
I want to take the Spotify example again. So we like the company that are using new technology. So in the case of Spotify, it's the streaming technology. And in the case of Uber, it's the LBS technology, right? So we love this kind of new technology that can enable a totally new business model and change the original process, how we consume the service or how we use the product. And so we are looking for a company who are doing in this direction.
Right. And if people want to find out more, where's the best way? Have you got a website, or where's the best way to connect with you?
We have an email address in our website.
And your website address is?
clickventures.vc.
.vc.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for talking with us. It's
you.
been a pleasure. Keep watching and subscribe to Start Me Up Hong Kong Festival 2019 YouTube channel. We'll be coming back with a few more interviews before the end of day 2. Thank you very much.